Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, as you can see, we have a slightly alternative view of the loom. And that's because as I continue working through my studies on double weave, I continually find sort of little bits of information that I need to share with you, and probably bits of information that haven't been shared by many people before. So hopefully you will find them useful. What I want to talk about today is how important it is to control the passage of your shuttle. Because we're working with two heddles on our loom, and obviously we have two pickup sticks in place as well, because that's what you need in order to weave double cloth, you will find that the sheds, most especially the sheds that are controlled by our heddles, are not as big and as clear as we used to. The reason for this is that when we have only one heddle in place, if we look at the distance between our heddle, which would be in the front heddle block, and our roller, our warp roller at the back, that space between the heddle and the roller gives us enough room to get a good clean shed. Because we've now put a second heddle in place, the distance between the heddle, the back heddle now, and the warp roller diminishes the space that we have between the heddle block and the roller, and this inhibits the size of your shed. Specifically the size of the shed in your heddle controlled sheds. So if I look at my first shed, which would be with my back heddle in neutral and my front heddle down, you can see that that bottom shed, that space that my shuttle needs to come through, is much, much smaller than we used to. So when you put your shuttle into the shed, what you need to do is you need to run it along the bottom of the shed, and run it carefully. If you feel that it snags or pulls against something that's in the shed, take it out and run it in again. You have to really concentrate on getting your shuttle to go into the shed very straight and very cleanly. And when you're working in the bottom, when you're working on your bottom layer of cloth, you need to run it along the bottom of the shed. So that's the first one. Let's just give that a good beat. My next pick uses my pickup stick. And because I'm using my pickup stick now, I kind of have extra leverage as far as space is concerned, so I can lift my pickup stick up and then just turn it on its side, and immediately you can see that I have a much better shed to put my shuttle through. However, if I were using my back heddle to weave this particular pick, and I just clean the shed with my front heddle, you can see that the space that I have to put my shuttle through again is extremely small. However, because this is the top layer of cloth, it's much easier to see what's happening. So if you have a thread that's in the wrong place, you can manipulate it and you can change it around. You still have a very small space to put your shuttle through, and in this case, I would suggest that you run your shuttle underneath the top part of your shed. And that applies if you're using your pickup stick or if you're in a heddle manipulated shed. If you are working in the top layer of cloth, you run your shuttle underneath the top of the shed. If you're working on your bottom layer of cloth, you run your shuttle along the bottom of the shed. If I bring my bottom pickup stick forward now into the active position and I turn that on its side. You can immediately see that my shed for my pickup stick manipulated shed is much bigger than the shed for my Heddle manipulated shed. So you've got to kind of get your head around the fact that we're not going to get those beautiful, nice, big, clear sheds that we used to. Of course, the fact that we also have 3 threads that are moving past each other in every slot means that you have to check on what is happening too. So be very aware of that. This is kind of a double weave on a rigid Heddle loom anomaly. That your sheds will get noticeably smaller in your Heddle controlled sheds. It's not such a problem in your pickup stick controlled sheds, but in your Heddle manipulated sheds you need to be really careful, especially when you're dealing with the bottom layer. So I hope that this gives you a little bit of food for thought, and I hope that it was of interest to you. I'm Glynis from Weave at Brooklands, and as most of you will know by now, I'm working on the project that is for my next online course, which will be coming out on the 28th of August. It's all about double weave part 1, so it can't really be all about double weave, but it's the title of the course is all about double weave part 1, and also I'm going to show you how to weave a tube, which is 2 layers of cloth joined on both sides. I'm going to show you how to weave a double width cloth, which is 2 layers of cloth joined only on one side, so you can open it out and you will get double your width. And I'm going to show you how to weave 2 separate layers of cloth that are not connected at all. So something to look forward to there. If you'd like to get all the information going forward, please pop along to my website and just subscribe to my newsletter, and you'll get all the information as it comes available. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again next week.